Hello everybody. Well, I don't know where to begin on this one. We are today at, namely, Dover's Forgotten Castle. Some of you might refer to it as. Hi Ian, I guess. How you doing, mate? Good old friend of ours from the channel. I'm of course joined by the wonderful member of Phoenix History, Paul. His son Jensen, have a wave, mate. Well done. And of course, if you didn't know already, the most consistent person in Phoenix History's life is Soph. You right, Soph? Hi. Hi everyone. We are today then at what is namely Dover's Forgotten Castle. However, technically we know this as Court's Folly, which is one of the most rarest things you can see in Dover, because not many people, to be honest, want to trek down here because it's probably one of the most sketchiest things to do.
Very.
The intro of us walking down here ain't going to do it justice, and thank God there's music over the top of this because there was a lot of swearing and there was a lot of frustration. There's a cut to prove the commitment that I've got, and Soph's got one. You're all right, aren't you, Gents, again? Yeah. Jensen's all right again.
All right.
Seems still all right. And Paul's just got mental scars from the like while we had to get down. And as a recording this, we need to go back up. And that's even going to be more. So this might be a famous last video. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the history lesson after this. Check out Instagrams via Paul and obviously my wonderful Flower in the Phoenix as well. So check out both those Instagrams in the link below. Enjoy your history lesson on the other side, and let's enjoy this genuine, rare piece of Dover history. Come on. Well everybody, welcome back. I genuinely am so excited not only to have my good friends with me on this wonderful adventure, but to actually get to say that it's surprising on this one in Dover that not many people have done it, but actually when you look at how to get down here, it is quite sketchy, or it can be quite sketchy depending on how you do it. And the photos that are being provided are actually going to be even more. I just want you to really thank everybody on Instagram when they do come out, both Paul and Soph, because some of the photos they're going to take, they need to drop down even further, and trust me on these, it's not easy. So I'm praying that they both can sort of like get out of it all right. But they got Jensen as well, and like I said, he's a good lad, and we're training him up to be a real good urban explorer. So without further ado, I'm going to give you the brief history lesson on it, because there's not really much to say on it, believe it or not, for such a sort of ruinous state that it's in, because it's been properly neglected. So let me enlighten you as to the history of this wonderful place. So basically, in the early 1800s, this was built by two wine merchants who were called Stephen and Rogers Court. And we know that they were actually came from specifically 140 Snargate Street, which is directly below us. And it was actually a tourist attraction for its day. The idea was it was a folly, so like a long lost, forgotten castle type of folly. Come up here and have a look at this wonderful folly. It's kind of bizarre because of where we are location wise, but then actually we know that there have been many a folly that's been posted near the coast, and actually one that springs to mind straight away is Kingsgate Bay's folly, and there's actually a few that are down there. I've done a video on them, and I've done a video on many a folly, but this is, like I said, because it's right by Dover, it's amazing how hidden it was. But basically those two wine merchants built this, like I said, in the 1800s, and the idea was that it was projected as a miniature castle. And now basically what happened was, over time and due to tourism and everything else in between, obviously through that, etc., what happened was that it just slowly got neglected, and this once former majestic folly that was designed to look like a keep of a castle basically has slowly over time now just sort of left us. And like I said, IKS wonderfully named it Dover's Forgotten Castle, which actually, when you're here, you could actually be mistaken for a very brief moment of like a beautiful picturesque castle, except for the noise in the background that you can hear. But what makes this even more special on top of that is the fact that you cannot see this from the main road. It's impossible. In fact, even on many, if you look at heritage maps, for example, there's nothing on this. In fact, actually one, I won't show you this, but just to prove to you, actually, just through me talking about it, is the fact that there is one image of just like a little like outline of it, and that's it. But then actually, if you look back at old maps, there is one that obviously there's also a labelling of it being the folly that's here. But it's beautiful even now as being a neglected ruin, and the fact that obviously, because we know that Snargate Street's famous for the wine vaults, etc., the champagne caves, we know that, and it's just a really nice piece of history that sort of links it up. So the fact that we're here to do this on a optimal day, should we just sort of say, really proves a testament of really why we're doing this and the importance of it. So I really hope you appreciate this, because it's a proper sketchy one, let's just say that. But now, hopefully you've seen some wonderful photos that have been provided to you by Paul and Soph, and I think now what we've got to do is just explore it for ourselves. Come on. Well everybody, I've sort of made it down thanks to the beautiful guidance of Sophie and Paul, who've already done it, so I was sort of like the last person down. It actually, believe it or not, is easier than it looks when you come down here, although I wouldn't recommend it to most people. We're now at the bottom of basically what you would have looked at if you were a tourist walking up. So obviously coming up from Snargate Street, oh excuse me, then you would have been looking up at this wonderful little folly. And it's actually quite striking. There's some beautiful designs with the windows, and like I said, you could be mistaken for it being a gatehouse. We've got to also ignore the fact of how busy that road is down on the bottom there. There's Soph. So what do you think, Soph? Might not pick it up, but shout for me.
Really cool.
Really cool, yeah. Yeah, really cool. There we go. And obviously, like I said, you can check out Soph's Instagram, link in the description box below. She's going to take most of the photos, and obviously Paul through there. If you can see him, the ghost, the ghost of Folly, it looks like. So yeah, we'll have a review at the end, but I just thought I'd sort of show you from the bottom up, because it sort of gives you an and if you see Soph as well, put her in context of it's quite a substantial folly in a way, and just so grateful to have sort of done it. So everybody, I think the best thing to do now is for me to go back up. I'll tell you what, we've burnt a lot of calories today, so let's head back up, come on. You just missed out, everybody, but Sophie just said, I found a cave, which we did. So this is basically along the wall of the Folly, and as you can hear from my voice, I'm blowing a little bit. Oh God, I've just been attacked. Don't worry, mate. Can't move anywhere. Wrapped around here. But yeah, this is a part of the main wall that goes across the Folly where Sophie. So if you carried on going, that's obviously where the Folly is. But yeah, that's pretty cool. This nice little Folly cave, I suppose. Nice little sort of treat, and then the wall all continues. But then that's when it's sort of sheer drop cliff type of, you know, does sort of end a little bit. I'm not really sure how far you can go anymore, but for today, the most important thing was that we did the Folly and we did this K, which is a bonus. I didn't actually know about this, in all honesty. Nice little bonus, isn't it, guys?
Very much so.
Jensen said, didn't you, mate, this is your favourite one today. We've done a few today, it depends when these come out, but Jensen said this is his favourite one, so don't blame him. As Paul almost falls down. Bless him, I know. Yeah. Right, that's it, guys. Right, we'll say goodbye in a minute when we go back to the old Folly. Let's do it. Alright everybody, I'm just going to finally show you just the top end because I just realised I haven't actually done that. So obviously you've got the main sort of tower, and then obviously you saw the cave, which is quite nice, and then you've got what looks like a sort of chimney, which I think it is if we look at it. I wonder if I can take you up there. Don't know if that's going to come out or not. But yeah, it looks like a chimney. The information on this place, actually, believe it or not, it tells you about obviously who owned it and what it was used for, but apart from that, the rest of the details are really, that I can find, aren't that much, and I kind of don't mind that really, and I kind of like the idea that this is about exploring, isn't it? And obviously it's about sort of doing this. Sometimes, though, on these occasions, I'd say, oh yeah, encourage you all guys to come down here, but I think on this occasion, I can sort of safely say this one's a little bit too sketchy for most of you to sort of come down. Hi everyone. So yeah. Oh, right. There you go. Okay, right, well then. Gents, do you want to come in, mate? Whew. I think we've done it.
And brief.
We still got to get out.
We'll go over the big hill.
I know. In the immortal words of Phoenix history, because history matters, I think we can safely say, for a Folly, what an impressive one. Named as Dover's Forgotten Castle, which is a beautiful title in itself and really good. Guys, thoughts and feelings. Paul.
That's an amazing little find, isn't it?
It
really is. It's really cool.
Nice little...
Hidden away.
Yeah.
Nice little gem.
Really
Very
hidden.
Really
Very
hidden
well.
away. Yeah. I think it'll be one of them things, every time we drive past Dover now, we'll be like, oh yeah, it's up there, but nobody can see it. It really can't. Jensen, your thoughts, mate, what do you reckon? You said it was your favourite one today, didn't you, as well? Yeah, and you've done really well today, mate, really proud of you. And of course, Soph.
It's really cool. It's, yeah, a very hidden gem.
It's a very hidden gem. We can say that it's a hidden gem today, and a relic. Actually, we can put that as a historic relic because it's slowly crumbling to pieces, as we could sort of testify to the bits of masonry and debris that are here. Hard to sort of like imagine what the future holds for this place, but it'd be nice if it had a legacy. Hopefully, a video like this, and for the fellow explorers that have done this, I'm sure a few of you have done it, but I know not a lot of you have. So I think we can sort of safely say on the bracket of things, you know, it might be that for most of this isn't interesting. For us it is because of how rare it is and how unusual and how in the way it is. In immortal words of Phoenix history, because history matters, we, of course, all of us, sorry about that, just he on the boob, we'll see you all very later. I'm keeping this in, obviously, because I like to embarrass her. Go on, snort. If you haven't watched Chroma Tunnel, you'll know what that means. Right, okay, same reaction. Right, take care everybody. We'll of course see you all very soon. Are you ready, guys? Come on, kapow!